What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO collection tour video. Today we are going to be going through all of the changes that we made to the LEGO collection in the month of February, and this will be the last of kind of the old format of LEGO collection tours, as I'm going to try something new for the month of March, so definitely stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and start our collection tour with the shelves above my desk, and over here we reorganized some of the medieval collection to make space for the medieval markets. So first off, we have the Magisto's Magical Workshop and the Forest hideout on the very edge of this shelf. And we were also able to fully extend the Lion Knight's castle display, so it is now completely folded out. And in the corner, we are able to see the spot for, of course, the medieval market. And then we have Home Alone next to that. And then next to Home Alone, we have the T2 camper van, as well as the Beatles Yellow Submarine. Above this, we have the Ghostbusters X01 and the rest of my Halloween display, which of course includes the Stranger Things Brickheads and the Upside Down, the LEGO Monster Fighters Haunted House, and the Hocus Pocus Sanderson Sisters Cottage. We've also got some Harry Potter sets up here of Hogsmeade, as well as the bottom half of Gringotts, and some space for Hogwarts Castle, the mini-scale one at least, and above this we have Diagon Alley, which is the big centerpiece of my Harry Potter display. Of course, Gringotts is in the center of the Diagon Alley display, and on the other half we have the other side of Diagon Alley over here, which also transitions us into our LEGO city. So I'm happy how all of this turned out, and I think it makes for a very vibrant display. There's a lot going on here, which I really like. Above this we have, of course, the house banners for the Harry Potter series. Let me know which Hogwarts house you are down in the comments. And then this also brings us into our LEGO city display, which we made quite a bit of changes to in this month. So first off, we have the Boutique Hotel on the very edge of the kind of LEGO city display, accompanied by the Parisian restaurant and the Jazz Club. And then next to the Jazz Club, we of course have Assembly Square with the Thor Love and Thunder goat boat on top. And then we have the new addition to the city this month, the LEGO 2010 Grand Emporium, which completed our LEGO city display and I think marks the centerpiece of the city and is a very cool set. We've also got the Palace Cinema and the new 2024 LEGO Museum modular building, as well as the 2021 police station with the police helicopter on top, which I really had a lot of fun adding. We also added a bat signal and some more minifigures. We've got Scarecrow's helicopter in the background, which is of course on top of our detective's office, and the very edge of the city of course has half of the 2011 Pet Shop modular building. So I'm very happy we were able to complete our LEGO city display in this month, and I'm excited to see if this layout will remain consistent for the next few months ahead, but I guess we'll go ahead and see. But this will now bring us into the next part of my LEGO city, which is of course the big Marvel skyscraper section of it, which of course has the 3 Marvel modular buildings, which includes the Sanctum Sanctorum from 2022 as our corner unit over here. This is next to the Daily Bugle from 2021, which is still one of my favorite LEGO sets. We've got the other half of the Pet Shop separating the Avengers Tower from the Daily Bugle, and I love all of the minifigure details inside of this set. It's a really cool set, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. We also, of course, have our Star Wars The Clone Wars poster below my LEGO city, so this is a nice little poster here. And also let me know if you guys are watching Season 3 of The Bad Batch down in the comments. I feel like this is one of the most underrated Star Wars shows, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into the rest of the collection that is in my desk area. And first off, we have our minifigure shadow boxes. Here's the Marvel Superheroes one. We added a few new minifigures to it this month, such as the X-Men, and then next to it we have the LEGO Marvel Super Villains display, which I think the new minifigures in here is Ronan the Accuser and maybe a few others as well. And then we have the DC Superhero shadow box, which has remained the same this month, and then right next to it we have the DC Super Villains shadow box. And of course, with all of these shadow boxes, like you all have seen before, they are able to light up just like this, which is always a lot of fun to have it displayed like this at night. It really brings out the minifigures. And then above this, not LEGO, but we do have a few other collectibles. We've got my Funko Pop collection up here, which is pretty nice, and then next to it we've got, of course, a Puffle that my brother made for me, and then we have some Star Wars posters on the other side of my desk, and then we've also got the UCS R2-D2 from, I think, 2021. This is not the newer one that is going to come out in March. We've also got BD1 below it, as well as a fallen over Cal Kestis. Shout out to LML Gaming, who actually sold that to me a couple months ago. And then we've got the skeleton head down here, which stores all of my minifigures. And then below my desk, we have some of my loose parts over here, so I like to keep those organized. And we've also got this McDonald's Reynolds Wild Style cup that I'm using as a pencil holder. We've got my instruction collection below my bed, so I like to keep those organized as well. And now let's go ahead and get into the next section of the LEGO collection. And first off, we have our Empire Strikes Back poster hanging up on my door, and then this brings us into the Star Wars section with my Ewok Village, and we've also got my Endor Speeder Chase diorama, the Final Battle diorama, and the Imperial Shuttle in the background. We've also got my 2000 and I think it's 10 or 11 police station that I rebuilt this month over here, and some police cars accompanying it. This is temporary, I just kind of wanted to have it on display for a little bit until we get the Death Star. And then we of course have some of my Star Wars ships over here from Ahsoka and The Mandalorian, as well as Book of Boba Fett. And then we of course have my Imperial fleet, which transitions us into Darth Vader's castle. And then we've got the Rebel fleet on the edge here, as well as Yavin 4. And then we've got the Y-Wing and the Ghost. We've got space for the new Tantive 4 diorama, and we have the Tantive 4 and Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. Below this, we have my UCS Star Wars collection, which of course has the UCS gunship from 2021, and then we also have the new UCS Venator from last year, and then we also have some of my Star Wars art portraits. Two of these are custom, one is an official LEGO set, and the other Star Wars portrait is of course Bo-Katan, which uses pieces from the Jim Lee Batman art. Over here, we also have my UCS Millennium Falcon, which is my biggest LEGO set in the collection. We've got some microfighters below it, and we have a display plaque for it, as well as the Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama. We've got some space set aside for the UCS AT-AT. We've got the Probe Droid and a few other Hoth sets over here too. And then next to it, we have my UCS Mandalorian display, and it is of course completed with the UCS Razor Crest, UCS Grogu, and some other Mandalorian sets. And then we have Boba Fett's Palace from the Book of Boba Fett on the very bottom of this shelf, so I'm very happy with how I was able to display this. And then next to this, we of course have this really cool Millennium Falcon rug, which I'm really proud of. I got that from Ruggable. And then this now leads us into the rest of the Star Wars collection, which there is a lot to go through, so we're going to kind of move quickly here. But we've got my prequel area over here, which has the ATTE and the Clone Turbo Tank. We've got some Clone Wars and Bad Batch sets towards the center of this bookshelf. We've got our Dark Side display. And then at the very bottom here, we made a few subtle changes to these shelves. We've got my Brickheads as well as some other sets. We also have my Death Star dioramas over here. And then above this, we have my Battle of Hoth display, of course, with the AT-AT and the Hoth Wampa Cave. We've got Jabba's Palace and the Empire Strikes Back diorama. And then above this, we've got Jabba's Sail Barge, as well as the Slave One and the Desert Skiff Escape. And then we have my Mandalorian Season 2 display up here with the Light Cruiser and the Dark Trooper Attack. So I'm really proud of these Star Wars shelves that they haven't changed too much this month, which is kind of why I went through them quickly. And then we also have my Mos Eisley Cantina display. I added a few things to this display this month, but the layout we're looking at right now has remained consistent. We've of course got the big cantina, as well as Luke Skywalker's land speeder in the other half of the cantina. We did of course add Trouble on Tatooine to the display, as well as the Tatooine homestead, so both of those made for nice additions to the Tatooine kind of shelf we have over here, and I think it looks really cool from a distance. And then above this, we have my LEGO Star Wars helmet series, which I have the complete collection of the helmets, and I think my favorites are definitely Captain Rex, Boba Fett, and the TIE Fighter pilot, but all of these sets are great additions to the helmet series, and I think they look really great from a distance too, as well as the Tatooine display. And now we have kind of my LEGO sets that I display over my TV stand. So these sets, of course, include the 20th anniversary LEGO Star Wars minifigures, the bonsai tree, and we have my Ninjago collection, which is very small right now, but I have Ninjago City Gardens and Ninjago City Markets. I'd like to add some more sets from my childhood to the display in the future, but for now, this is all we've got. In the background, we also have the Hokusai Great Wave set, which I thought was a nice background for the Ninjago City sets, and I think it looks really fun over here. And then we also have some empty space for some future Ninjago releases, including the Dragonstone Shrine. Below this, we have Kylo Ren's Microfighter, and then we of course have my other 4 minifigure shadow boxes, and the first one we'll look at is the LEGO Harry Potter shadow box, which is mostly complete. I just need Professor Slughorn to actually finish off the display. Next to it, we have my completed LEGO Star Wars prequel shadow box, which I'm very proud of. This houses some of my most expensive minifigures. Right next to it, we have my Clone Wars / Star Wars Rebels display, which is another really cool display piece. I love the Bad Batch minifigures and the Star Wars Rebels ones. And then right next to this, we of course have my original trilogy display, which I'm also really proud of, and I think all of these minifigure shadow boxes are great. Like the other ones, they do light up, so I always like to take advantage of this, as it really highlights all of the minifigures on display here. It's really fun to turn it on at night, but that's everything above my TV stand. I do have a few other LEGO sets on my actual TV stand, though not too many, but I'll still go over those. First off, we have, of course, my Amiibo collection, which is obviously not LEGO, but I still thought it'd be cool to show it off. And then right below my Amiibos, I have the only LEGO set on this entire shelf, which is the Office set, which I'm a big fan of the show, so I'm happy to have that in the collection. And we have my Xbox, and then my Tears of the Kingdom Switch is right next to this, and then here is my Switch library as of now, so I thought I'd show you all that. And then now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the final part of my LEGO collection. And first off, we're going to start with some of the new stuff, which of course is the stuff that is on the wall here. We rearranged a few things and we hung up one of my minifigure display cases, so I'm excited to show you all that. But here is the 1989 Batwing. This is the only thing on the wall that has not moved. And then we have Starry Night right next to it, which is another great LEGO set that I got last month. We have the minifigure display case mounted to the wall, and I think it looks a whole lot better when it's on the wall. It's a lot more impressive, and this is next to the Jim Lee Batman art. And then below this entire display here, we of course have some continued LEGO Batman displays with the plaque from the 89 Batwing, as well as the 2020 version of the Batmobile. And then below this, we have some of my sitcom sets, such as the Seinfeld apartment set and the LEGO Friends Central Perk set. Below this, we have my Nintendo display, which is, of course, accompanied by the Mighty Bowser set, and then we have the NES. Below it, we have the actual NES console, as well as the cartridge for the Super Mario Bros. Game, the question mark block, and the Piranha Plant, and then we have my air purifier next to it to help with some of the dust. But I'm happy with this area of the collection. I'd love to add the Animal Crossing sets to it, but I don't really think I have space for it, so oh well. But above this, we have my UCS LEGO Marvel collection, and I don't think this has changed at all this month, but we've got the Guardians of the Galaxy display over here. We added Rocket's Warbird last month, and then we also have the Eternals and Arisham's Shadow, and we have Captain America's Shield, and we have some of the larger scale UCS LEGO Marvel sets all the way on this side of the shelf, and I think it makes for a really impressive display piece when you look at it from a distance. And then below this, we have my LEGO Batman display, and we've got the 1989 Batmobile, as well as the Batcave Shadow Box over here, and we have some of these smaller scale LEGO Batman sets from years past, which I thought were nice to accompany the Batcave Shadow Box and brought out some of the details of it. Below it, we've got my Dark Knight Trilogy display with the UCS and minifigure scale tumblers. We've got the Dark Knight Rises Bat, as well as some classic Batman minifigures, and the Batman 2 Batcave. And then below this, we have Arkham Asylum and the Dynamic Duo Funhouse Escape. And then below this, we have some of my Justice League themed sets, and at the very bottom we have the Batman sets, as well as a classic TV series Batmobile, and my LEGO book collection at the very bottom. Next to this, we have my Iron Man display, which has some UCS Iron Man sets, as well as my custom Iron Man Hall of Armor. Below it, we've got the Spider-Man section with the Bridge Battle and the No Way Home Final Battle, and then below this, we have my X-Men display with the 2 X-Jets, and then we have my Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame shelf, which is probably one of my favorites on this shelf. Last month, we added some sets from Avengers Infinity War, and I feel like it really brought together the display. Below it, we have the Quinjet, as well as the Marvel CMF series, and we have a few other sets over there too, but that's my main superheroes display for the LEGO collection, so I'm really proud of that, though not too many changes. We've also got my Nintendo art hanging above my bed, and that will complete our entire LEGO collection tour. I wanted to do a more fast-paced kind of style for today's video, as I feel like we didn't make too many changes this month, but there were definitely a few of note. But definitely look forward to the new and updated layout that I'm going to be introducing next month. But down in the comments, let me know if you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. Be sure to comment what your favorite part of the LEGO collection was too, and let me know what you thought of the video. But that is all for today, so thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you are new around here, but that is all for today. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Bye.